So let's talk about what's happening in the Pokemon market. And I made a little chart, so let's check it out. So at the very top of all, we got the printer and production. These produce the cards, and then from there we go to direct, which is the Pokemon Center, or at least assume it's direct, and then distribution. From there, distribution distributes, hence the name, all of the product to its final destination, which is retail. So Target, Walmart, local card stores, anywhere that you can buy product. And from there, I've broken it into three audiences: buyers, so collectors, players, resellers, and investors. Now, the resellers and the investors, they are in it for profit. And so their end goal is to upsell to profit to the buyers. So, what happens when Pokemon increases in demand? So, this could be either due to celebrities and influencers jumping on the train, sets coming out that appeal to a mass group of people like 151, or like a trending event that just gets a lot of people involved in Pokemon. So before all that happens, the distributor has a certain amount of inventory, and they distribute that inventory to different big box retailers, Target, Walmart, and even some small box like local card stores. However, as Pokemon gets more popular, there's new sellers jump on the market, either new card stores, new like rip and shippers, online Pokemon stores, just more people trying to get product to sell to try to take advantage of the increased market boom. So what happens is distribution, who has the same amount of inventory, now has to split it across more retail stores. And so each one gets more limited supply. And obviously a limited supply increases demand. But why wouldn't this cause competitive pricing? Like with more shops competing for your business, why wouldn't they decrease prices to get your business? Well, Pokemon as a commodity works more as a market as opposed to a service. And so stores aren't competing against each other to outprice the other one. They know people are going to buy it regardless. And that takes us back to these group of people. And that is the buyers, resellers, and investors. Now, each retail store is trying to divvy up its inventory among these three sellers. And we have a bunch of buyers, a medium amount of resellers, and then probably the lowest is investors. However, here's where it gets a little rocky. Some resellers are making it their job to profit off Pokemon. So they have more time and availability and resources to camp out and buy up the retail inventory. And that goes back to here. So even though some stores are putting a cap on how many units a person can buy, they're still getting less inventory than before the market boom. And so what this does is cause desperate buyers who want product to buy inflated prices off these people trying to make a living off Pokemon. And it's always easy to like say a solution, be like, oh, it can work, like print more, distribute more, just do all this more stuff, don't buy from scalpers. But in reality, it's a very complex issue, and that was a very simplified explanation. So just know that any commodity market goes through hills and valleys, and we're just in a really big hill right now.